What's up, Stat Fam? I told you we was coming back with another. We got NBA legends. Explain why Dirk Nowitzki is the greatest former NBA player. This is a live reaction. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that sub button, and comment below. Let get you know that's legendary right now. That's legendary. That lay right now. That left hand lay.
Hey guys, this is Dominique Wilkins.
Hey, this is Sean Kemp.
This is Gary Payton.
Hey, this is Pau Gasol.
Hey, dude, fans, what's up? This is Vince Carter here.
Hey, what's up? This is Matt Barnes. If you're an old school NBA fan like I am, make sure you check out the Basketball Time Machine with my man Sean David.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Basketball Time Machine. My name is Sean David. Welcome to your weekly dose of old school NBA basketball. In today's episode, I want to take a look at NBA legends talking about Dirk Nowitzki and why they consider him to be the greatest European player of all time. But before we start with that, you know the drill. If you haven't done it already, please subscribe to the channel and like the video if you enjoy the content. All right, you guys, I would say, let's do it. Now, the first clip that I want to take a look at is a segment from NBA Open Court. They're talking about the stretch four and Dirk Nowitzki's impact with that position. Let's take a look.
Can your main guy be a stretch four guy?
No.
It's Dirk. Because Dirk Nowitzki is the only main guy that was a stretch four guy that led his team to a championship.
See, but I think Dirk is a little bit different.
Yeah.
I think Dirk and Kevin Durant, they're a little bit different because they get the ball. When we start talking about stretch forward, we're basically talking about who stands out there and opens up the court.
Yeah.
I don't think Dirk is a stretch four. I think Dirk's a guy you get a ball to and let him go.
Especially Dirk in his earlier years, you could put him at that elbow line area or that pinch post. He did the fadeaway with the knee up, where guys now, Kevin Durant,
Like
are
what?
copying him
Yeah.
with the fadeaway. So he had a back to the basket game as well. But on the flip side, he just so happened to be one of the best 6'10", 6'11" shooters this game has ever seen.
Now, the next clip that I found was actually a very interesting one. It involves Kobe Bryant and Dirk Nowitzki, obviously. Kobe talking about how he wanted to recruit Dirk Nowitzki to play for the Los Angeles
Big
Lakers.
Bryant.
And just the imagination of having those two players on one team, I think that could have been really special. Because I think that Dirk Nowitzki also, from an ego standpoint, could have dealt greatly with Kobe. But let's take a look what Kobe has to say.
Yeah, Dirk and I have always had a great relationship because we're both extremely competitive and also both extremely loyal to our teams. I mean, I'll tell you a story about Dirk. I mean, he was up for free agency, and I knew what his response was going to be. But just out of respect, I said, dude, everybody's looking around at all these free agents. I thought I'd just shoot you a text. If you want to come to LA, and he goes, dude, I would love to play with you, but Dallas is my home, this is my team, I'm not leaving here. And so he and I think a lot alike in that regard.
Your career is kind of intertwined with Dirk's because you played along the same timeline.
Yeah.
We were wondering, it can be international, it can be also in the NBA. What is your favorite matchup memory that you have with Dirk? Maybe a specific game?
In the NBA, he's every time I faced him in the playoffs, he's always got me. So he's always played at an incredible level in the NBA. He's even not that he played better than internationally because he played really well too there, but he had obviously different setup, different teams, different league, and he's done incredible. So it's one of the guys that I've always kind of try to match up myself against and look up to and try to get to his level. Kind of him, KG, and Tim Duncan.
One of the great scores in the history of this game.
That's
I didn't know
legendary.
how great he was until one day I'm at TNT and I saw that he passed me up on the score. And I'm like, wait. I had to go back and make sure that, they weren't cheating me out.
Showtime.
And then I had to look and I was like, man, he's really been consistent. Especially after his second and third year. Will always be recognized.
It's legendary, yeah.
Mavericks ever play.
Coming back to Dallas for the second time to be able to meet the big German Dirk Nowitzki I was in awe because you got to see him, from afar, and you hear about the things, his work ethic, and the things he did, on the court, and how dominant he was. Now to be a teammate, I thought I was like a kid in a candy store.
Hardest player in the NBA you defended?
Hardest player?
Hardest player.
Oh, Dirk Nowitzki.
And what? Over Tim and all?
Yeah, because, see, I figured Dirk out. I mean, I figured Tim out and KG out sooner than I figured Dirk out.
Okay.
They were post up.
What did Dirk?
Dirk ran in transition. He had transition threes.
That's a prime thing.
Do it all.
Yeah, pick and pop.
Showtime.
I thought Dirk was a better, 1, 2, 3 dribble ISO player than Tim and KG. Now they had some other parts of their game that were tough, but just speaking of the 3 best players at my position while I was in the NBA, it was those 3 guys, and then Dirk and Tim were in my division, but because Tim would be more or less considered traditional, and I didn't have to guard Tim. He played more. He was a 4, but he played the 5 more. So, but I had to guard Dirk. And Dirk was like that hybrid 4 that was just impossible to deal with.
Before the unveiling of what the statue would look like, I already knew what the statue was going to look like. It had to be a fadeaway 1 leg. It had to be. No question about it. Dirk is he's a legend. He's an icon. I think he's the greatest international player ever. Put him right there with Manu. My boy was cold, man. Dirk was cold. You talk about like top power forwards, top players of all time at that position. He's right up there. Like Barkley, Tim Duncan, Kevin Garnett, Kevin McHale, those guys. They tough. Dirk is tough. When you can talk about somebody with 1 name, he was tough. Dirk was tough, for sure.
Salute.
Vince, he doesn't seem to want to admit, like the NBA's put out, hey, it's Dirk's last. He has not said anything.
Yeah, he has everybody in limbo. Like, what is he gonna do? I've tried, but is he hurt right now? That's Dirk Walk there, but okay. That's it. But it's just great. He deserves to be honored. If it is his last, unbelievable career, great teammate as well. We'll just have to wait and see.
Talk about in the game evolving, and here's this guy, 7 feet tall, shoots it like, Larry Bird, just can score, can beat you in so many ways.
One of the most unguardable shots. Dirk Nowitzki.
There was a narrative back in the 90s, and that, foreign players just weren't good. They weren't good enough to play in the NBA. They weren't tough enough. Whether that narrative was fair or not, that was out there. And Dirk was one of the first guys as a young guy coming in the league, learning, gaining respect, getting better, becoming an all-star, eventually an MVP, eventually a champion. And I think changing that narrative.
During our championship run, me and Dirk was playing a one-on-one. Because we figured he's going to be cross-matched as well as I, on multiple defenders. It was going to make it very interesting, challenge. So that was one of the funnest things we did. We competed in practice and stuff, but we was able to really help each other.
I remember it was my first kind of couple rookie games, and we played Dirk, and I remember I was like, dang, I'm playing Dirk Nowitzki, and the next thing you know, he's yelling, give me the burger. And I'm like, what's the burger? Oh, the basket, The next thing you know, he gave me 32. And I was so happy after the game. I was like, man, did you see how good he was? And my parents were like, he just barbecued you. I said, what? There was nothing I could do. And that was the thing with Dirk. There's nothing you could do.
Dirk, battles. That's the first thing that come to my mind. Playing each other twice in an NBA championship. You're going to walk away with
salute, D-Wade.
You're going to walk away with a healthy version of dislike and a healthy version of how much you respect and how much love that you can have for a competitor. I love Dirk as a career he had, a career that is a legendary career that a lot of people still, once again, don't talk about. I love the fact that, hopefully, fingers crossed, that we get to go in the Hall of Fame together. And just to be able to compete against him and win a championship in 06, that really solidified my career and my talents. And then to watch him come back and win his in 2011, even though it hurt us as a team, as a fan of the game, I can appreciate what that did.
The greatest
for
run.
Basketball and what they did for one of the game's greatest players.
One of the most incredible comebacks in NBA Finals history.
That one championship was enough. He'll need to win 3, 4, 5. that one for him. The way he did it, the route to get there, that was special.
You know, I covered it in a recent episode of mine talking about how Dirk Nowitzki turned into Michael Jordan. And what I mean by that is, in 2011 in the NBA Finals, Dirk Nowitzki was playing out of his mind. And I gotta be honest, I remember it like it was yesterday. I was thinking that I hardly have ever seen a player dominate in that way. He reached a new level. He literally was on a level of a Michael Jordan and Larry Bird in that final series. And no hating, you gotta give the man credit for this performance. It was out of this mind. And that actually turned him into one of my favorite players of all time because I love players that rise to the occasion. Anyway, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and comment if you enjoyed the content. See you next time on the Basketball Time Machine.
Legendary Dirk. I'm a fan for life, you know. We thank you, though. 2011 legendary, greatest run ever. There's nothing to talk about. Salute. Thank y'all, staff family, for watching the full video. We're going to be back with another video after this video. Make sure y'all stay prayed up. Y'all be safe. Y'all be good. You know?